everybody. This is Mike. Today I have Tony Gonzalez with me. Tony, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Tony is responsible for doing all of the trucking here at the Allman Company. Your company is Antonio and Sons Trucking.
Correct.
So Tony, I just want to, maybe you could introduce yourself a little bit, how you guys got into business and kind of what you guys are doing today.
Sure. I'm Tony Gonzalez with Antonio and Sons Trucking. Been in business since 1999. I'm a second generation from my father. Yeah. Started off with one truck back in 99 and have grown to almost 30 trucks of my own company trucks now. Yeah. Doing mainly in the almond industry. Other stuff too, but it's been a journey, and now with everything going on, it's making it very interesting.
And so you do you have your wife working with you as well?
Yes.
As dispatch, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any kids working in your business?
Yes, I have my oldest son and my youngest son. They're also helping dispatching. They both have their license just in case of emergency, a driver call out or anything. Yeah. But they are involved in the business. One of them is in charge. My youngest is in charge of pretty much the overall, the overlook of the business, maintenance, truck safety, things like that. My older son, I have him in the office now. He'll be driving around with me occasionally. I want him to get the feel of what it's like to get in a meeting with a customer, things like that. Yeah.
And so you guys are doing runs to the port of Oakland predominantly.
Yes.
Okay. And then you guys also are responsible for dispatching all of the trailers and trucks during harvest for us at the Huller, right?
Correct. That is correct. Yes, we do pretty much everything that revolves around almonds. Bringing them from the fields to the hauler, to the processing plant, from processing plant to the ports. Or to a warehouse or to
you guys do it all, and we've really appreciated you guys' business, and you guys have always provided a great service to us. So
thank you very much.
We appreciate that. But today, really, we're here to talk about kind of AB5, right?
Yes.
The state of the trucking industry. I mean, today is July 21st. We're supposed to have one of our best shipment months of the year, going to as export. And domestic, and then we also have harvest that's on us, right? I mean, the hulling season, people are shaking today, and hullers will start receiving product here pretty quick, I would think.
Yes.
I was talking to Michelle, our shipping manager, and she was just telling me how horrific July is starting to look, because of the lockdown, or maybe the protest that's going on at the Port of Oakland,
right?
Which sounds like it's in relation to this AB5. So maybe you could explain a little bit about what AB5 is and kind of what impact you think it's going to be having on us.
AB5 is a very big problem in the trucking industry because AB5 is trying to eliminate all the independent contractors. Mm-hmm. And to be honest, there's literally not one trucking company here in the Central Valley that you could say runs an operation without hiring independent contractors.
Right.
So by that being said, if they don't make some adjustments to this, the supply chain is going to get worse. Inflation is going to get worse. Cost of everything is going to get worse because we're going to be waiting. There's not going to be enough trucks out there to move from point A to point B.
Okay, so you got 30 trucks, let's say.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You then will swell that to how many independent contractors?
I have 30 trucks of my own, and I hire about 30 independent contractors.
Okay.
So I'm probably a 50 to 60 fleet trucking company. You know what I mean? And like I said, but I use mainly my independent contractors for the port haul.
Yeah.
And I use my my drivers for all domestic. You know what I mean? But sometimes they go to the ports too.
So how does this affect the relationship between you and your independent contractors? I mean, why is that going to be such an issue?
Because on the AB5 law, there's 3 prongs to it.
Yeah.
A, B, and C.
It's a test, right?
It's a test. Yes, they call it the ABC test.
Yes.
Okay. A, we're all able to pass it with no problem.
What is that?
That it means that the independent contractor is free of control from us, meaning that we tell the independent contractor, I need you to pick up this load and deliver it here.
Yeah.
From there, he's free to pick it up at whatever time he wants, take whatever route he wants. So we all pass that A part. Okay. C, it's almost the same thing. He's free of doing what he's wanting. He could offer services to other companies just like myself. Yeah. He's not committed just to me.
He can find other customers.
Yes, he can find other customers, other trucking companies to pull loads for. Yeah. But the B prone is the one everybody's stuck at, because the B prone says that Antonio and Sons Trucking cannot hire, let's just say, a guy named Mendoza Trucking, because we do the same line of work. So right there is the big problem, because, okay, well, if I can't hire him to pull my loads just because he's a trucking company, I'm a trucking company, then he's no good to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So then so Mendoza is another trucking company. He can't come work for the Allman company. I mean, how does that play out, I guess? I mean, you can't hire him anymore. He's got to go around you. Is that then how it would work?
No, there's a lot of things that we're all trying to figure out. There's a business to business exception, but you have to follow 12. You have to pass 12 steps. Okay. Mm-hmm. There's also the other idea that they're suggesting is, like, for example, myself, open a broker company. Okay. So let's say you're my customer, the Allman company.
Yeah.
The Allman company will then pay Antonio and Sons Trucking. Will pay the broker company, whatever I name it. Yeah. That broker company will pay Antonio and Sons Trucking.
So everybody's independent contractor.
Everybody is separate.
Got it.
Because if we go by the same line of work, the broker has no trucks, has no trailers, no nothing. They just arrange the transportation.
Got it.
So everybody's saying that is the way to go about this. There's no guarantees. You talk to an attorney, you talk to an insurance broker, no guarantees. Right. But if we need to take action, and if we're trying to figure out the ABC test, that's probably our easiest way out.
If you're trying to pick up loads and deliver them,
yes,
and do your normal daily
business. Our normal business.
You got to do something.
You got to do something.
So then, why are the truck drivers striking at the Port of Oakland?
Because a lot of them are dealing with straightway trucking companies.
What is that? I don't know. Straightway. What's that?
Where they're dealing straight, like with me.
Got it.
So if let's say, for example, I refuse to open a broker company.
Yeah.
It's going to get to the point where I'm going to tell them I can't hire you no more. You either need to become my employee company driver, or else I cannot use your services no more. And that's what they're protesting, because the Port of Oakland is probably ran by 80% of owner operators.
Independent
contractors. Yes. So if they get eliminated, who knows what's going to happen? You know what I mean? But a lot of them, they saved up, to become an independent contractor.
Right. Buy their own trucks.
Have their freedom of saying, yes, I want to do that load. No, I don't want to do it.
Right.
I want to work today. I don't want to work today. You know what I mean? And, as an employee, you don't have that option.
Especially not here.
No. Yes. And then same thing with, they make more money as independent operators than as a company driver.
Yeah. So why is this coming to a head now, right? The little research I did on this was that it was really passed in 2020. Mm-hmm. Why all of a sudden now in 22 are we having an issue with it?
Because when it passed, when it was supposed to take effect January 1st of 2020, but there was an injunction on it, so it stopped everything. Okay. But on June 30th of this year, the Supreme Court threw it out. So they send it back to the Ninth Circuit Court, and so now they're saying it's in effect. But again, we don't know. We're still trying to get answers. Like myself, who's gonna enforce this law? How are they gonna enforce it? Because I'm assuming a lot of, like in my situation, I've been audited by EDD, Workman's Comp. They look at my records. They've never said anything about my owner operators.
Yeah.
But now with this AB 5, are those records gonna be good enough or not? You know what I mean?
A lot of question marks.
A lot of question marks that in the trucking industry, we're still looking for answers, but nobody could give us a straight answer.
Yeah, and we need trucks on the road as soon as next week, really.
Yes.
Today, right? We need trucks on the road going to Oakland.
Yes, I mean, not just to Oakland. I mean, this affects the whole trucking industry.
No doubt.
I mean, like you say yourself, we're getting ready for almond harvest. I know tomatoes on their way already. Grapes are probably getting going.
Yeah.
Pistachios will be going here in a month or so.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
I mean, you imagine if there's no trucks to haul those loads out of the fields. Almonds, pistachios could probably wait around a little, but tomatoes, grapes can't.
No way.
Yes. So, I mean, it's going to affect, there's going to be a big effect if they don't make some kind of adjustments to this or give us some time to figure it out.
What I was reading about it was that it wasn't necessarily focused on truck drivers, right? It was more for like Uber, Lyft, kind of like the gig economy, kind of independent contractor employees, and that's kind of how it came about.
Yes.
Right? And this kind of seems like it's a somewhat of an unintended consequence to some degree, where it's now hitting the trucking industry pretty dramatically.
Yes, that's the funny part. That all this AB 5 really started all about Uber and Lyft.
Yes.
And so it all started with them. They did Proposition 22, I believe.
Yeah.
Last time, and they got thrown out of it. So they're free, no worries, no nothing. So now they're attacking the trucking industry. When we had nothing to do with this. But now, since they're like, okay, well, the law's there, so we got to, I'm assuming we got to enforce it to somebody, and they decided on I've heard that they want to make trucking unionized, and obviously if you have them as employees, it's easier than independent contractors. But I mean, the bottom line is that I don't see a problem with that, but they got to figure out how to take the proper steps.
Right.
You know what I mean? They can't just tell us from one day to another, no more independent contractors.
Right.
Because that I mean, if I get rid of my 30 independent contractors, that's 30 loads less I'm gonna be able to take or move a day.
No. And I mean, look, we're just coming out of one of the worst supply chain issues we've had maybe ever. Okay. And now with the issues we're having at the port, we can't ship anything. I mean, zero. It's worse than it's ever been.
Yes. Yes, I've been doing this for almost 21 years, and there's never been a whole week shutdown. Yeah. And if the protest continues tomorrow, for this whole week, there not one container has went in or out of the port of Oakland.
Yeah.
And
that's epic.
And that's a record. That's
not a good one.
Not a good one, but it's gonna go down in history. That AB 5 created this. So like I said, I don't know what direction this is gonna go, but until we all figure it out, we could be in for a big mess.
Yeah, I know. Well, let's hope that it gets figured out and you guys can figure out how to work around it, especially as we need it to be resolved as quickly as possible. I mean,
yes.
I mean, any day now we're going to be needing more and more trucks on the road.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. No, it's pretty bad. Like I said, we've been trying to figure it out, taking our steps.
Yep.
Calling attorneys, calling insurance brokers, calling. I've even sat down with Workman's Comp representative. Okay, what can I do? And nobody knows an answer.
Yeah.
They like, we don't even know how we're gonna enforce it. How nobody's even passed that down to them to see. So at this point, you're gonna see the majority of the trucking company or the trucking industry just keep operating
Right.
the way we've been operating
and figure it out
as we go.
Yeah.
You know, it's a risk because they've talked about big fines
Yeah.
if you get caught not in compliance. You know, but
you don't know what compliance is today. So
yes.
how do you know?
So how do you get in compliance when nobody could give you an answer?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, these protesters, they've been trying to get a word from Governor Newsom, and he won't come out and say, you know, I'm aware of the situation or anything. You know what I mean? So
Nobody's really said anything.
nobody said anything. Yes, you know, the news are covering the protest.
Yeah.
You see it, you read about it,
Yeah.
but nobody's really said anything that could probably help us.
Too political.
Yes.
It's too hot.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you coming on, Tony. And again, we appreciate your business. You know, anything we can do to help, let us know.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, all this is going to take is a lot of working together, a lot of patience from both ends. You know what I mean? I know this is all a business. You know, I know you guys got to get your product moved. I got to keep my trucks rolling.
Yeah.
So it affects everybody.
No doubt.
You know, I mean,
No doubt.
I know everybody's looking at it as a trucking industry, but I mean, it's going to affect shippers, you know?
It's the lifeblood of our industry.
Yes.
Right? I mean, it really is, from the field to our buyers.
Yes.
You know, and so once that starts getting jammed up, then it's going to affect the whole thing.
Yeah. So, and you know, you see what prices are out there right now, fuel, inflation. I mean, you name it, everything. This could make things worse, you know? Just when we thought things were getting better, this happens, and
it's gotten worse than it's ever been.
Yes. You know, so all we can do is hope for the best.
Yeah, no doubt.
Figure this out and move on.
Yep. Well, thanks a lot, Tony. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Mike, for having me.
You got it.
All right.